One of the bigger news coming out of the Big 12 is Jake Retzlaff, former quarterback at BYU, committing to play at Tulane. Now, there's been a lot of rumors said that he was going to go to another Big 12 school, but he ends up going to Tulane, which is in the AAC, or as they've been newly recalled, the American Conference. And what's really interesting about this, Kenny, is that he is walking on, meaning they did not give him a scholarship, though I would not be surprised if they give him NIL money to cover his scholarship. I think you were saying that you would not be surprised if he ends up at a school like Tulane or Memphis or another American Conference. You weren't buying the sauce that he was going to be Power Four, right?
No, I mean, as a matter of fact, right before we got on this show, Steve, I happened to see a little post on, I think it was like a Big 12 sports forum that I follow on Facebook, and we actually are we're the conference that is returning the most amount of quarterbacks from the previous year. We're
Wow.
bringing back 9 quarterbacks. I believe it
Wow.
was 9. Maybe it was more than that actually. But yeah, it's it's hard to be in a like to find a home in a conference, like the Big 12, who is bringing back all these quarterbacks. I'm sure if it was any other year, maybe he might have landed a Big 12 slot, but yeah. Also, I think with the drama behind his whole situation, I don't know if a lot of Big 12 schools wanted to mess with that. So, but Tulane is definitely more than happy to pick up a really good quarterback,
Yeah.
and good on him for landing a home. I mean, I know we had said in a previous video that we just wanted to see him at least land somewhere. He's a really good player. He's a fun player to watch. He's kind of like that, he just goes for it kind of player. He's not conservative at all,
No, he's not.
and he sort of creates the chaos, and that's what we love about college football. We love watching the chaos, and he's definitely the kind of player that can create a lot of that chaos. And so it's going to be fun to see where he would land. And dude, Tulane, that's a cool place for him to land. I mean, they've historically over the last like 5 years have been a really fun team to watch, and him landing there is just really cool in my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, they went to the Cotton Bowl just a couple of years ago. That was the same season they beat K State, right? At K State. And then last year, of course, K State went back down to Tulane, won that game on a controversial call. It was an offensive PI, but that's neither here nor there. He's a good quarterback, man. He threw for 3,000 yards, 20 touchdowns. They were a pass first offense. Now, their offense wasn't great last year. BYU's offense wasn't amazing. They won a lot of games. They won 11-2 because of their defense mostly, but I still feel like he's a pretty good quarterback. And Kenny, if you're comparing him to the rest of the guys that are on the roster for Tulane, they got a guy coming from Ball State. They got a guy coming from the University of Iowa. They got a guy coming from Illinois. They got a couple of high school guys. And then they got a guy coming in from Middle Tennessee State. So even though he's coming in as a walk-on, I would not be surprised whatsoever if he ends up winning the quarterback competition. Because, I mean, if you're Tulane, I mean, you got nothing to lose, right? He's walking on. He's not guaranteed a spot, which I feel like that's what hurt him at this point, is that a lot of schools, I mean, we're a month before people are playing football games. Like, I think K-State actually was putting out posts today that fall camp was starting today. I saw a post of Avery Johnson coming into K-State with all his baggage coming in because they have a game in 1 month, right? So a lot of colleges have already started their fall camps and, I don't think he hit the portal. In fact, I think he was supposed to unenroll and then re-enroll in a new place. I don't know why he did it like that, but I think in case he wanted to go to the portal later, who knows? But I think this is a good place for him. New Orleans is a pretty fun spot to be in. Definitely vastly different than Provo, Utah. That is for sure. I think this is a good landing spot for him. I really do.
Dude, I think we're gonna at least see some playing time. I mean, you were just saying you don't know if he's going to get the quarterback position, but I will argue that he'll at least see some playing time.
Oh, absolutely. He's going to
They
get some
will
PT.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen in practice, whether he picks up this offense really quickly or not. But I would be hard pressed to say that you're just going to have a have a weapon like Jake on your sidelines and not use him, in certain. I mean, even if they're like blowing a team out, it's just like, okay, we'll throw him in. Let's see what he's got. Like even in those situations, but I definitely agree with you. He's going to be competing for that starting position, and I don't know. I have faith, man. I think he's going to be. I think he'll start.
Absolutely. And, their quarterback last year, Darian Mensah, we saw him play. He could throw the deep ball. Jake Retzlaff can too. They had very
Mhm.
similar numbers. I mean, Jake had almost 3,000 yards passing, 20 touchdowns, like I said. Darian Mensah last year, 2,700 yards passing, 22 touchdowns. Now he's at Duke, so there was an open spot there, but they had 7 quarterbacks before Jake Retzlaff committed. But I think John Summerall over at Tulane knows what he's doing. I think he knew what he was getting in Jake
Yep.
Retzlaff. I mean, this is a no brainer. There's zero risk taking him in as a walk on. I think this is a great move for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and just want to reiterate one more time. I mean, I know there's some BYU fans out there. There's a lot of BYU fans that are kind of just split. Some are like, good riddance, and then some are like, man, this really sucks.
Right.
But I think we can just say, just for the sake of like a young man's future and a young man's like, passion and love for the game, it's good to see him land on his feet somewhere else.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.